Alright guys, welcome back. It's LSP, Man vs Machine, episode 3. So I'm going to go through some figures with you, just let you know what's been going on, and then obviously what we're hopefully going to be looking to do with this particular trade. So last week's balance was £292.54. Okay, this week currently sits at £304.51. So there's been an increase of £11.97. That's not including the trade that you see here. We'll go through the stats in a second. The bulk of that increase is obviously the Wealthsimple direct debit that goes out of my account and into Wealthsimple, which is £10 every week. That balance currently sits at £49.70. Currently down on that particular account 30 pence. But obviously that's kind of a long-term thing. We're going to just leave that for the remainder of the year. The trade that you see here, it's a simple trade, guys, to be honest. We've got the liquidity below here. I think that this little pop, sort of at the beginning of the week, is not going to continue. We do have some news coming out today and tomorrow. We've got non-farm this week as well, which should provide some liquidity, or volatility, should I say, a bit of volume. So we should start to see a little bit more downside. The dollar is looking pretty cool. I'm thinking a nice little pop on the dollar up here. My charts are marked up for the Patreon membership, so I apologize if you don't understand any of this, but the point is I am expecting this price level to be traded to up here, the 98 handle, and with that said, obviously should ideally push Aussie dollar lower. We did have a rate announcement on Aussie dollar during the Asian session. Really nice pop. You can see it a little bit clearer on the 15-minute. So you had a really nice pop here, sideways. This is what caught my attention here. The actual pop, I've got no interest in that because the higher time frame wins every time, as far as I'm concerned. Yeah, that's as simple as it gets. Whenever you're looking at time frames, just as a side note, always err on the higher time frames. Always, yeah. Even if you're wrong, it doesn't matter. They're still right. If you have that rule of thumb, you'll do just fine. But you see this nice consolidation. It looks like it wants to kind of pop higher, but tag the high up here. All right, quite nicely. Nice reversal, and then obviously I took the trade. Not on this pullback. I actually took the trade here. I was up about 70 pence, about 7 pips or so, and then it's kind of ground back into that level. But this is basically going to be a multi-day hold unless something spectacular happens today and it just drives all the way down there. So if we just jump over to the stats, the screen, just so you know, is only recorded this section of the screen because it makes it easier. Number one, for me to upload the video. It's quicker, and obviously it saves space as well, but I'll do a quick refresh so you can see the time now is 1 hour the last time it updated. So we do a refresh. It hasn't actually added on that refresh the trade that we currently have. These are the trades, as you can see so far. I've had one loss on the euro, just 6 pips. 9 pip gain, 3.3, 2.6, 3.8, and then we've had a couple of decent winners here. The stat currently sits at 1.04% drawdown. I know you can see all of this, but I'm just going to go through it. And then 1.92% up. I will also mention, if we just jump over to Darwinex, and we'll do a refresh on Darwinex, which won't make any difference. I've actually spoke to the guys today over at Darwinex. You can see that the platform has tried to update from the 4th of February, which is today, and it's tried to update. Now, I was wondering, I called them up and I asked them why it's not updating. You can see why I'm using Darwinex, not because the drawdown's less and it looks better, but because the stats on Darwinex are much more in-depth, okay? And the way that they crunch numbers is better. Yeah, it's a better, as far as I'm concerned, it's a better representation of the account stats that you have. Okay, so this is the linked account. It's 1.12% up on Darwinex and 0.51% drawdown at the minute, okay, which it shouldn't be like that. It should have updated, and I obviously should have a higher number. Drawdown will be the same, but the actual return since inception should be larger. When I spoke to them today, they explained to me the reason why that's the case is because the trade sorry, I'm hitting the wrong thing. The trade that I took on Crude, okay, is a futures contract trade. Okay, so on my platform, the crude oil contract is sorry, the crude oil ticker is a forward contract. It's actually the March contract. So because of that, they actually don't offer that on their platform. And he was saying to me, until he says, just keep trading, everything's going to be fine. And he goes, and then basically once you reach a particular threshold, in terms of percentages, and it becomes less than 5% or more than 5%, whatever he was saying to me, he goes, then it will just update as normal, and then your stats will sort themselves out, sort of thing. So that's just a question of continuing to trade as normal, and then once we get over a particular threshold, which isn't a big threshold, then this will update, and then we can actually start to look at the stats over here as well. But with all of that said, you can see so far, guys, I mean, obviously we haven't been going on too long, but last month 1.12% up, this month so far 0.79% up. Obviously all of these things can change, but we're going to be going through the whole process for the remainder of the year, and I'm going to see how much money we've got at the end of it all. Let me just have a quick drink. Which I think is going to be very interesting, very, very interesting, and hopefully I'm going to be able to show that you don't really need a lot of money to start with. You can start small while you're going through the process of learning to trade. Now obviously I've been trading for a very long time, guys. I know how to trade. So you're going to see these hopefully these stats increasing. You're going to see the trades that I'm taking. And there's many of you out there that are obviously learning to trade. So you may think, it's that I'm not going to be able to add that into the mix. I've got this £250 account, and I'm obviously going to be increasing it over the year. And many of you might be thinking, well, that's not going to be available to me personally because I'm still in the process of learning to trade. But try not to think like that. The idea is it's not just about trading. Yeah, this is just the process that I'm going through because I want to see how much we can build in a year. Yeah, and we can look back at the figure and say we started here and we've ended here. But the point is, the Wealthsimple account has absolutely nothing to do with me. I don't trade that account. It's just something where I put some money so that can slowly build on its own and afford me an opportunity to be able to jump over to Darwinex. I could just stick £500 in a Darwinex account. That's easy, and then just off I go. Join the Darwinia. See if I can trade up there, get some notional capital allocated to me, and so on and so on and so on. But that's not the point. The point is, we want to build a track record. We're going to try and get some investments over at Darwinex. I'm going to track the whole period. I've spoken to the guys over at Darwinex, so they're aware of this. I'm actually in the process of trying to arrange something with Darwinex, which I will, if I can pull it off, then I'll obviously let you guys know, which I think will be very interesting. But again, it's going to be pretty cool because if everything that I've got in my head is panned out before the end of the year, then we should be sitting on a nice chunk of change. We'll say it like that, with a couple of opportunities that would not have been there had I not have started this Man versus Machine series. All right. So with all of that said, we're going to continue to grind forward. Let's just take a look at the trade before we shoot off. It is what it is, looking good. It's up about 1 pip. So that's the current situation. That's the snapshot as of the 4th of February. So any major changes, before the end of the week, I'll do a quick update. If not, then this will probably be the only update for this week. And I will catch up with you guys next week, and we'll see where we're at with the stats next week, and we'll do a nice update then. So I hope everybody's well. I hope everybody's having a great week. I hope everybody's achieving their goals. And I will catch up with you guys in the next update. Take care.